All right, some quick thoughts for you guys on early extension. Whenever you are trying to get rid of some sort of compensation at the bottom of the golf swing, you have to understand first, what is that compensation trying to accomplish? These things don't exist out of nowhere for no reason. They are not isolated events. They are there to correct the problem. Your body doesn't just do something at random, especially not at the bottom of the arc. So if you are early extending, what does early extending do really? Of course, yes, it puts the weight in a bad spot and your pivot ends up in trouble, but what does it do to the club? Well, if I early extend and I leave this club alone in a vertical position that's very steep, now my spine is bent over. If I kick my pelvis forward and my spine extends and I leave the club alone, you'll notice that the club actually starts to shallow and drop behind me. So early extension oftentimes is built into your pattern to offset the steepness of the club to try to find a way to drop it to the inside. So if you wanted to get rid of early extension and that's your scenario, you got to get rid of the steepness of the club first, or it's going to continue to exist. What is the second one? A wide open club face. Why? Well, because what happens when I early extend? Well, when I'm early extending, my chest is rising and my pelvis is kicking forward. I'm getting further away from the ground. So what does that mean? It means that as I get further from the ground, I can now extend my arms and release everything early to square things up, right? If I retain a lot of lean to the shaft, of course, I can stay low to the ground. The problem is, the more I lean the shaft, the more I hold the face off into an open position, right? Shaft lean, in theory, actually keeps my club face open. If my club face is already open coming down and then I try to lean the shaft, that club face is going to be so open, I'm either going to shank it or I'm going to hit massive push cuts. So I need to try to find a way to square the club at the bottom. The problem is, if I try to release everything early to square it up, but I stay low to the ground, I'm going to hit everything heavy because I'm lowering the arc into the floor. So in order for me not to hit it heavy when I'm releasing early, I need to raise the chest up to bring the low point out of the floor so I can then release everything at the bottom and square it up. It is a low point variable that you're trying to save. So when you have an open club face or you have too steep of a club and you see early extension happening at the bottom, you need to correct the reason the early extension exists first. If you do that, you'll be able to stay in your posture, stay low to the ground, rotate around your body, create that shaft lean, but you got to fix the variable that's out of position before you can do that, okay?